In this video, we're going to go over our FIRE number and our FIRE update. And if you don't know what that is, that's F.I.R.E, financial independence, retire early. Are we going to retire early? We don't know. But do we want the option? Yes. So we're going to go over the number. We've previously done it. I think the last time we did it was in January. It's currently June. So it's time to revisit, see what our number is. And that basically consists of going over our assets, our liabilities, and our monthly payments or expenses and bills, just to make sure we're on the right track when it comes to saving, investing, and all the things. I think our financial independence number is like $1 million, what we need to have saved and invested all together. But we know we're not there, but we know we're trying to get close. But I'm going to do that, the FIRE, with a little certified yapper. Okay, so that means we're going to be chit-chatting while we're talking about that numbers. Okay. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome. And if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure you click that button. Also, I have so many great resources on paperbymo.com. There's free printables. Make sure you check them out. And if you're like, girl, I don't like none of these, there are some printables that are like $1 or $2, very much so affordable. Also, every Sunday, your girl posts a new blog talking about financial freedom in some way, whether it's debt, savings, investments, family, relationships, all the things. So make sure you check those out and stay tuned. First things first, I'm going to show you through my budget planner. It's a binder, but she's a budget planner. Just going to show you guys the last FIRE update we did. I know it's somewhere. There we go. May, September, January. Okay, so I think I knew this was the last one, but let's just like look through them really fast, because I know for a fact there has been some type of progress. Okay, and if it hasn't, we're doing something wrong. Okay, so again, this was the very first one we did. I don't even have the date, but I'm sure I can go look at the video and see when it was. This, we just decided to actually put out the goal. So retire no later than 40. I'm currently 30. Are we going to do that? Maybe. I don't know. Listen, our minds change with the wind, and that's okay. It does, though, but it changed a lot. Retire with no debt, period. Retire with financial independence number. Oh, this is the financial independence number, 1.5 million. And then lower our monthly expenses, which is always a great goal for anybody to have, not just us. If you don't have that goal, get that goal, okay? Okay, so at this time, we said our monthly expenses was $4,009. Home, so that was all our bills, food, and debt. And you shouldn't include debt. I found that out later on. But with all that included, we were saying it's about $5,000 a month. And then we were saying our income was $7,700 a month. So this was in 2023. Clearly, because in November 2023, we kept that number. We kept that number, 27. And our net worth, assets, and liabilities, we were at -30. And then May in 2024. So this was literally a year ago, okay? We were at -3,000. And this is because my husband and I both have paid off cars, our furniture, 401k, savings. Look at that student loan. This is just both of us combined, $104,000. Was it both of us combined? I feel like it was. And then monthly income. And we were just trying to figure out the monthly incomes to see like where could we do variations of numbers or make things work, you know? Okay, so let's take out this one, because this is the 2025, January. That is, let's put her to the side, get our handy dandy calculator because she is our friend. And then let's go ahead and get our paper and get these markers ready. So we like a black marker clearly to write out the FIRE. Or maybe, is it this one or this one? Who actually cares? It's kind of the same thing. And then let's do, my problem with the color pens is that your girl uses them so much. I don't even think there's ink in these things. Pink. Pink is cute. Pink is cute. You can barely see pink though. Red is problematic. Let's do green, purple, and red. Okay. I hope I spelled this right because before I have previously spelled independence wrong. I think, let's see. Let's just call myself out because it's a good day to call myself out always and just have a little laugh. Independence. No, wait, hold on. Independence. This is the one. Independence. Okay? Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Financial independence. Independence, retire early? Financially independent? I don't know. But we're gonna write it anyway because why not? Okay. I want to give you guys some like life updates as I'm doing this. The numbers that change, we're going to definitely talk about them, but I'm going to write it down anyway, so you're going to see it. And I want to give you guys some chit chat. Okay, that's what the Yapper is for. Okay. So first things first, your girl did some overtime this past weekend, and that leads into my check probably is going to be higher, which is good. But a part of me is a little worried because I feel like I'm turning into a workaholic. Oh my gosh. I try not to work for like overtime over the money. I try to work for a comp time so I can get the time off, but my comp time got denied. So, you know, lifing. And obviously if the comp time is going to get denied, you're definitely going to do your overtime because you got to pay me some type of way. But working has become a thing, and I just want to reel myself in, you know? I want to not be so workaholic-ish. And that's so hard to say because I feel like in management, and then you know, you're on salary, the job got to get done, but I might be there 10 hours, 9-10 hours. And that's rough. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person because life is worth living. Life is worth living. But also, speaking of workaholic, my husband got a new job. I haven't really shared this with YouTube yet because he just started, but he has a new position. He's a supervisor and he's working 50 hours a week. Let's talk about workaholic. So he do 5 like 10-hour shifts. And I'm really excited for him. He's making more money and I know he needs this. You know what I mean? Like not financially needs this, but he just needs this for himself. You know, like when you just need that motivation or that push to help you out or to keep the ball rolling. That's what I mean when I say he needs this. So I'm really super duper freaking excited for him. But here's the gag. The gag is the kicker, if you will. It's overnight. And it's crazy. I gotta be real. I mean, to me, it's just crazy to me because I know this is not the ideal situation, but he's doing it and we're pushing through. So he works from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. I go to work before he's even home. I may or may not change my shifts because of that. I'm not sure yet. But what I know is it's an adjustment and we're adjusting. Okay. We're that pivot. I love that pivot where we're pivoting. It's not going to be a for everything. However, it's just going to be a for right now thing. He got, you know, other plans, and I'm so grateful that he does because he could get a little comfortable. He's about making $70,000, and that's a comfortable amount of money to make, which is why I say, let me do O's IRA because I didn't put anything in front of it. No, both of our IRAs. Girl, you're tripping. Let's just make it into a heart. But yeah, it's a good amount of money, so you could get comfortable. I don't know if you can get comfortable with that overtime schedule. Okay, so real fast, the IRAs, we're gonna do both, mine and his. I'm gonna put an S. That's why I had it like that in the first place. We really haven't done too much because right here is 20,000, and this is January, and we're only at 25,000. This is something my husband and I have been talking about, especially with his new job. We're gonna give more to our 401k. To take out of our checks, and then maybe be a little bit more consistent when it comes to these IRAs because we haven't been paying them the most attention, especially with the goal of debt and to own a home. So have that $50,000 deposit. Most of our money is going towards that. So we just got to balance it. It's rough. I'm not going to lie, but we can do it. Okay, so we're at 25,000, and then I'm gonna say, yeah, let's do old 401k, and then Mo's 401k. That's mine. So my husband's 401k, he has not contributed anything. The job that he had, it was full time. When we got to Maryland, it was full time, but he didn't have the ability to contribute to 401k, and now he does. So obviously that's going to change. But I'm saying this to say the number hasn't really changed. So right here it says 34,000. It at least went up $1,000. So he's at 35,000, and that's okay because we give grace to ourselves. I mean, life-changing events, pivoting, and it alters plans, but we do what we gotta do. I don't know why I put 3 lines for this one. Okay, so my 401k in January was 42,000, and she's sitting at 50,000. And like I said, we're gonna give more to our 401ks. Okay, so when my husband and I, before he had lost his job, I was giving like 9-10% to 401k, and then my job matches me at 5, or it did, the previous one. This job also matches at 5, but I'm only giving 5% just because I wanted to give us some more take-home money, while we're still changing, being new to the state, the area, all the things. And cost of living is higher here. So we need a little bit more money, Now that my husband has a job that, he feels a little bit more comfortable with, we're definitely going to give more. So I'm eager to see where this number goes, okay? Okay. So his 401k, my 401k, then we have savings. So this is like digital savings. That's what I probably should write, but I'm just going to write savings. Okay, so this is like high yield savings account. Now, when it comes to our high yield savings account, there's quite a few things we have saved. We have some emergency fund, right? And I say some because some of it is also in cash. So we do some with a high yield savings and some in cash. It's just our safety net. That's how we like to do things. Then we have sinking funds. What else do we have? We have our home account, that a pivot account when we first moved here, trying to figure out the numbers and things like that. What else do we have in cash? Like a travel, stuff like that. So that's what this number is going to represent. So when it comes to saving, we're going to put, it was 56,000. And this is both my husband and myself. And again, that home savings account is like 20 something thousand in itself. So there's that. Okay, so cash, this is going to include that physical, the cash for the emergency fund. So we're going to just say $5,000 because that's about it. Now, we're rounding up and down, not up. We don't do up. We do down. We do round down for stuff, just for safe, just to play it safe. And then we're going to put invest, which is just accounts that my husband and I have that aren't retirement accounts. So like, I think I have an M1 account. I also have a Fidelity account. And then my husband has, the Fidelity he has is, I think, his retirement. I'm trying to figure out what's it called. I don't know. It's a different brokerage. So we just have these 3 random brokerage accounts before we start putting to our retirement that we already was like putting a couple $100s to here and there. And so this is actually the same amount of money, y'all. It might be a few dollars more, but life. So we're just putting the same. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put a little line right here, and then we're gonna add these numbers up. Okay, so we got 6,000. Can y'all see that? It's gloomy here today. Times 2, so that's gonna be 12,000. Okay, so now we're gonna plus 2,000 plus 25,000 for our IRAs plus 35,000 for my husband's 401k plus 50,000 for mine plus 56,000 for our savings plus 5,000 for cash, and then plus 10,000 for investing. Okay, so we have $195,000, and that number's right. Just checking off screen because I just be trying to make sure my maths, y'all. Okay, so I wanted to see if I want to do that in red. Let's see. No, I did it in the same colors. Okay, that's fine. So now we're going to just do a little line right here. We're going to do our liabilities. And currently our liabilities are only our student loans. Okay. So we've been making payments, right? Life's been lifing, but we still been making payments. So when it comes to my husband's student loans, he had $23,852.55. He now has $20,000. Okay, so that's $3,000 less. He now has $20,455. And his number is not going to change for interest for him. So I'm being more exact because he is not currently not getting any interest. And then when it comes to my student loans, my numbers will change because I'm getting interest. So we rounded it up, okay? So it was at $62,949 and it's currently at $58,400. Yep, $400. Just want to make sure that number was right. So progress, it's $3,000 and then the 61, 69, 8, 3 and 4-ish, kind of 4, but not all the way 4. So quite a bit of money. I'm not even mad at this. Let's go ahead and do some math. Too many zeros. 20,455 plus 58,400. That's $78,855. $78,855. Just to see, right? I just want to see how much the difference is in the debt that we had, 5 months, 6 months ago to now. So let's subtract 86. I know it's going to be backwards, but still $86,802.38. So we paid $7,000. Okay, tell me you can't do math without telling me you can't do math. We paid $7,947.38 worth of debt. Love that. And I'm willing to bet we paid even more because remember, my student loans have interest. So, that is that. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this number, this 195,000, and we're going to subtract $78,855. So now our net worth is in the it's in the 6 figures. Yay. Okay, so we got 100. I just want to make sure the number is right though. 116,145. Yep. Okay. Trying to check off screen because I know me. I want to write it kind of bigger. So 116,145,000. And where is the black? What did you do? Okay. Nobody cares. We're going to circle it or box it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into our bills and expenses. This is gonna change because we've changed, we moved. So there's that. Okay, let's chit chat about another topic. I didn't tell you guys. I don't think I told you guys, and I think I'm going to share it on my Instagram account soon. What your girl me is trying to do. What is it? 75 hard. Saw my air quote because she's not really doing 75 hard. There we go. I'm really gonna do what is it called? Like a 75 soft, if you will. So if you don't know what 75 hard is, it basically is like for 75 days straight, you're supposed to, the guy created it, read 10 pages, work out every day, drink a gallon of water. What else? Read 10 pages, work out every day, a gallon of water, eat healthy. I think that was it. But for me, obviously I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to work out every day. And working out includes walking. I don't care what you say. If you argue with your mama, not me. Okay? So I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to eat healthy. And for water intake, it's not going to be a gallon. It's going to be half of my size. So I'm about 140-ish. So I'm going to do 70 ounces of water a day. That's kind of hard to me because that's a lot of water. But lately I'm on day, I started last Thursday, so Friday, Thursday. So I'm only like a few days in. But moral of the story is I'm doing it. And then my other thing, okay, so let's list it out. So water, work out every day, eat healthy, and then touch something paper by mo a day. So whether I'm editing a video, recording a video, all the things, you gotta touch it. Okay, so like I said, these numbers are going to change. Let's get into it. So our rent here is actually $15.45, which we're super duper grateful for. Our internet is $50, so that's less as well. But mind you, this is gonna be higher. I mean, this is gonna be higher. And then we have water/sewage. So we probably could have included that in the rent, but we didn't. So we're estimating that up to be 55, and that's a high number. It's not actually that number, but you know, life is lifing. Now, electricity, we did round up to 200 because electricity here in Maryland has cost us so much more money, even though our apartment's smaller. It's crazy. Okay, and then when it comes to phone, remember I told you guys they just go up for no reason, because what? Now we are at 180 with the phone. Okay, so when it comes to car insurance, we're also at 180, and again, we're going up. It's like 170 something, but just going up for the sake of going up. Now the subscriptions, they're about $22, so that's that. Another thing is gym. We have a gym membership that costs us $69.99, so we just put $70. That's a month. Then we have our, what else? Our life insurance. Why, it's literally right there. So let's do life, and I put the exact number because I felt like it's not actually gonna change, you know? Okay, so we got rent, water, internet, electricity, phone, car insurance, gym, life. So this should be it, but you know what? Sometimes I miss out on stuff. I'm looking. So this is about it. So let's see what this number is. And so, like I said, the reason why we are doing this is we're trying to just see what our bills and expenses are, what's going to cost us for a month to have the bills and expenses. And then you times that by 12, how much it's going to cost us a year to have. So that's why there's a method for the madness. Okay, 1540. That's not a 4. 1545 plus 50. That 50, yep. Plus 55 plus 200 plus 180 plus 180 plus 22 plus 70 plus 108.04. Now, I was going to go ahead and put our student loans in there, but again, this is debt that we're trying to pay off, so we don't want to include this. This is what life would look like if we're debt free. We don't have this debt payment, and we are financially independent and retiring early. Financially independent and retiring early. That's hard to say fast, but anyways. So here we are. We got $2,410.04. Yay, I guess. So we're just gonna give it 2,411. You're like, girl, 4 cents don't mean go up to 11. You just gotta do what you gotta do, okay? So now we're gonna put expenses. Now this has gone up for us. Oh no, it hasn't. I was about to lie. I'm looking at the numbers. Girl. So that's food. See, this has gone up though. 385, 411. So you know, life. Okay, so 400, and then we got gas. We try to keep the numbers the same. So basically, saying $200 a check, and then 30 a check for gas per person. So it's 60 and 60, because 30 for him, 30 for me a check, 30 for him, 30 for me, you get it. So that's 120. You add that together, that's $520. When we get here, try to make it the same as much as possible. Okay, so we get $2,411, and then we're gonna plus 520. That's woo. It's okay. It did go up. We don't want it to go up, but it's okay. So that's $2,931. All right, so when we take this, you see how we put that 3,000 right there times 12? We're gonna do the same thing because ain't nothing to it but to do it. Come on, green. Okay, so we're gonna say, let's say $3,000, and then we're gonna times her by 12. Let's just make sure the numbers was right. And in fact, it's $36,000. I should have wrote this a little smaller. So this is how much it will still cost us, okay? Currently, and we're just assuming that the numbers are going to stay the same, not change too much, you know. Now we're going to get into monthly income. I don't want to do monthly income in red. Dang, you didn't think this through. You didn't think this through. Okay, can we do it in pink? Is there enough in here? It might be. You see that? It's giving enough. It's giving enough. And look how the times have changed, because January, my husband had lost his job, so we put only my income. But now it's not going to be like that. All right, so monthly income. Ooh, girl, your writing, it's a piece of art. Okay, so I was making $5,200. Right now I'm making $3,000 a paycheck. And so instead of doing times 12, we're going to do times 26, because that means the money that's coming in is higher than just 12. And I know people have said to me previously, like, oh, it's not going to be times 12 because you're going to get 2 months where you get an extra paycheck. And I like to play it on the safe side. So should I play it safe? I don't know. Let me think. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just, I'm thinking it through. Let's just do 12, just because that's what we've been doing. But I'm saying this to you guys so you know where I'm coming from. I know the numbers. So if I get paid $3,000 and $3,000, that's going to be $6,000. And I know my check is going to go down once I give more to a 401k. So it's probably going to be in the 2,000 somethings. But for the sake of continuity, we're just going to put $6,000 here a month. And then we're going to put, my husband. So his checks are also going to go up. And then they're also going to go down because he's going to end up contributing to his 401k. So what him and I decided to do, I'm looking for the paper and looking at his numbers. Oh, wrong side of the paper. So what we decided to do was say $1,800 for him. That's what we're thinking per check. Let's just do some math because I don't know what that is. I'm just going to be real. 1,800 times 2, that's $3,600 a month. So we're going to say his is 6,000 and his is 3,600. Okay. So this and this is plus her. All right. So 3,600 plus 6,000. That's going to be 9,600. Wow. That's going to be 9,600. The numbers, like I said, probably not going to look like this, strictly because that 6 is so ugly, y'all. Strictly because we're going to start giving more to our 401k. But we're going to times her by 12. And that's $115,200. And this is after tax. $115,200. But yeah, we're going to get this. We're going to get these numbers in order. So this is not bad. The monthly income is always good to know that the money is coming up. You know what I mean? We love to know that we're doing decent in life. I think this is really good. I'm super duper proud of my husband with his new job. I'm going to say something, guys. I kind of want to go back to school. My husband and I have been talking about it, but we're going to wait until we're in a good position, okay? Because I'm not delulu like that. I mean, a little, but like not that bad. So what I'm saying is, basically, we're getting our numbers together, because we might end up having a new bill. That's why I brought it up. I'm just saying. Because education is king, and I don't care what anybody else says. If they tell you don't go to school, they tell you don't get a degree, they lied. Get them degrees. it works in your favor. Sometimes it don't when it comes to the student loans, but you got to be tactful, and that's all there is to it. Oh my God, I'm going on a rant. Moving onward and upward. It's always good for the money to go up. We try to get the expenses either the same or low. We do, but we did move to a new state, and Maryland is not a cheap state. Okay, it's paying us, but it's not a cheap state. So you got to take the good with the bad. And Maryland has quite a bit of job opportunities. My husband was able to quickly, I mean, the week we moved here, got a job. He couldn't do that when we were in New Orleans. So you got to weigh out our options here. And look at this. I'm so freaking excited about this number. We're finally in the six figures when it comes to our net worth, even with the debt. So don't let them tell you you can't have debt and still have a positive net worth. But we're trying to get rid of the debt. You know what I mean? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I chit-chatted a little bit, not a lot of it. I probably got to do a whole another like chit-chat with me situation or certified yapper, because you know I love to yap. But I hope you guys enjoyed this financial independence retire early segment. Let me go ahead and put, let's do it in what color? Let's do it in black. We're going to put 06/2025 because that's the month and the year. And we just want to make sure we keep up with this the most that we can. I don't know, really fast. I do kind of want to see the progress. We already saw it though. Girl, calm down. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. See, look at this. My husband still had his job. What was it, September? So we was bringing in $8,692. Look at her. And then we were bringing in $8,700, which was about the same ish. And then we were bringing in 8,000 even, and we didn't put anything here. So we're trying our best to progress in life. And when you progress, you try to progress your education, your numbers, all the things. And so that's what we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I already said that, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in another one. Bye.